Welcome to McMoTV.
We're talking therapy.
I am K Mo.
My name is C-Mac. And if this is your first time here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. On today's Talk Therapy, we'll be discussing, I don't keep secrets, but my boyfriend or girlfriend would never know.
Ooh, this is a good one. I like this one. Because a lot of us don't realize that there are some things that we shouldn't disclose.
Yeah.
To people. Just for safety reasons.
Right, and not even like as far as secrets, but it's just not necessary. You know what I mean?
TMI.
Like, TMI, or maybe your current situation, they might look at you from a different perspective.
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. And I believe in having an open dialogue, having an open relationships, and not open relationships, but just open conversation about what it is that you know.
Yeah, things, who you are, where you came from, things you've been through. But to your point, I think that we have to be very careful when we disclose things about relationships we've been in the past, especially when we learn in those relationships and we are different after them.
Yeah.
So we don't want anyone judging us by the things that happened during our journey.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that I feel like I just wouldn't disclose in certain relationships, right? And one thing that's high on my list is my previous relationship. Like, I don't really want to discuss that with my new situation. Like, I don't want to discuss about like
why we argued,
why we broke up, why we, did we have sex, did we not have sex, did we have sex a lot? Like, that's just like, why are we talking about that?
This is not okay. I agree.
Yeah, so I don't keep secrets, but they will never know anything about my previous relationship. If it comes up and I won't indulge in details, at least. Like, you probably will know the bridge or the surface of whatever, we're talking high level stuff, but never details, because it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think that even things like when I talk about experiences that I've had in the past, maybe vacations that I've went on, I tread very lightly now about even expounding upon places that I've been, because I find that sometimes it's carried by that person into the future. Like, well, I don't want to take her here because she's been here with them, Like, okay, let me not, this is something I shouldn't mention, because I may talk myself out of a future trip. I haven't been nowhere. Nowhere at all, babe.
I mean, I don't really agree with that. Like, I feel like, I can tell you, I've been wherever, but that doesn't mean that we can't share an experience together in that same place. Like, I don't see why that would be a big deal, but.
I don't either. I never did see why it would be a big deal, but I'm realizing that it has come up in conversations that I've had in my journeys. So that's something that I don't think I would share moving forward. I think what I've learned in the journeys of my relationships is that, you want to start out as brand new as possible, and start out as fresh as possible.
Yeah. And
any bricks to that foundation that you're laying, you want to kind of have made them together. Like, just me and you, nobody else, nothing, no other memories or anything involved. It's just us. So that is strong as it proceeds. And that goes into letting everybody in your business too. Like, talking to other people about the same things. Yeah.
I think that another thing I wouldn't indulge into is that it'll probably be letting you know about a time where I have either lost my mind about something in that relationship, or taken back. So say for instance, that person did something bad to me and I was able to forgive them for it. I don't want you to know that either, because I don't know why in my mind I feel like that gives you, open.
You think you'll be able to get away with it too?
I'm not going to tell you about that. That's
right.
Just, I don't keep secrets, but that's not something that you're going to know, because I'm just like, why? So
just because I dealt with that one time,
you want to exactly. You want to take advantage of me and try to do the same thing, pull the same card? Like, no way.
I wonder how many women out there have heard that. If you have heard this before, please comment below. If you have heard from your significant other that basically the situation that just happened, well, you did it for him.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you do it for me? Like, if you've ever heard that, leave us a comment below. I would like to hear the scenario behind that, because I think we walk into that trap a lot.
Yeah.
We talk about how, oh my gosh, I did this for my ex, and sometimes I had to do this. not realizing that we're setting ourselves up for, well, let me try. Let me see. Maybe I can.
You're not going to pull that fast one, buddy. What about you? Another one you feel like?
So for me, okay, so this one is a sexual one. I don't think like any type of sexual anything, not frequency, not habits, not likes and dislikes, I don't think any type of sexual conversation should be had with someone that you're trying to build something with about anything that happened in your past.
I mean, that's very fair, because I feel like you can start something with someone new and you hated it with the person in the past and love it with the new person.
Right.
And for whatever reason. Or you can love it with the old person and then you hate it with the new person. You like, you used to do it all the time with so-and-so. I'm like, yeah, but
it's not the same.
You're not like, no. That's
and you don't want to say
like
you're
to
not
him.
With,
yeah. It's like, it's not
icky.
right. It's not feel the same. It's not, no. Like, we want to do the things that we feel is, comfortable with our situation. Like, I don't want to do that because that was cool with him, because that was me and him. Like, but me and you, we're good at this. This is what we like to do. You know what I mean?
That even gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh my God.
That's a definitely good one. I probably want to share is, which ones of my friends that person have like known or like,
oh, that's a good
been around,
one.
because I don't know why that's even a thing, but it's they're my friends. If I want to introduce someone I'm messing or with or whatever to my friend, then that's me. But I don't know why that becomes a thing. So you're not gonna know which one was my friend, know this person or been around this person, because it's irrelevant. Like, why do you care?
Right. Like just, it almost is like when you're, and it's almost a red flag for me. And I have to say that it's almost a red flag for me when I get into a new relationship and that person is so hung up on what happened in my past. It's almost like they're trying to collect information on me in order to play the game the best way they can. And that's why it scares me. It's like, don't give too much information, because number one, it's not who you are now. And number two, if that person is so interested in your past, then obviously they don't feel like they have what they need to be in your future. They're trying to collect information.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, why didn't you like this? Well, you didn't go here. Well, why didn't you go here? Well, you didn't like it that way. Well, why didn't you like it that way? And okay, and then
you know what? And
they're building their collection of information.
Yeah, and ultimately that whole thing is just you. I want you to just be free to be yourself. I want us to move in a direction that is going to build us up and our future up.
Right.
There's no reason for us to be discussing what happened ages ago. It just
Okay, here's one, and it may seem a little petty, but I don't transfer like sheets or beds from relationship to relationship. And it's not anything I would tell anybody, but it's almost like if I'm in a new relationship, like it's like out with the old. I have to gather up all the old stuff that was in that relationship to make sure that the new relationship is not exposed to old relationship things. Does that make sense?
So
you wouldn't keep pictures and mementos from an old relationship up throughout your house. You wouldn't keep, the bedspread that you guys shared for years and years. You wouldn't keep that moving into a new relationship, because just think about how that would be perceived if that new relationship gets going. So I wouldn't want to share past, articles from a past relationship. I wouldn't want to share that in a new relationship. Like, oh, that's something your ex gave you or your ex-husband gave you. Oh, it's still hanging up in our house.
Yeah. I can understand that, like gifts or whatever. Like I wouldn't necessarily change it or whatever. I just wouldn't let you know.
Wouldn't tell them that's who it's from. Yeah.
Like I'm just like
stuff that you can hide. There's some things you can't hide.
It's not even about hiding it. It's just like, it was a gift. It was not. It doesn't mean it doesn't have a sentimental value to it. Like if it's a table, whatever. I'm like, are you serious?
That's different.
Like,
I think
there are things
there are levels.
If there's a sentimental value to it, then
right. That's what I'm talking about.
Get rid of it.
Sentimental
value.
value.
If it doesn't, then it's just like whatever. Let's both use the table. Like, why are you mad?
Don't hate on the table. Come on, it's me and you now.
No.
Yeah, so I think we touched upon like the really good ones. I think it's
the most important, most
definitely.
significant ones that it doesn't make sense for you to indulge and bring it into your.
You're not making them jealous, ladies. You're not. You're just setting yourself up for future arguments and ammunition to come back at you. Trust
ladies
me.
and gents, like
And gents, yeah.
There's a certain things, but I feel like most men do a better job at
Keeping things to themselves.
Like they're not gonna tell you, oh yeah, my ex gave me that, my ex did this one. They're just not.
Unless they're trying to make you jealous.
Unless they're trying to piss you off,
Yeah.
then it's just them being petty, and at that point your relationship is done.
Yeah,
so
it's just pettiness.
Get out of here. But
Right.
let us know some things that you will never share with your significant other because you feel like that's none of their business, one, and two, that it will probably just bring problems into the relationship.
Or things that you've shared before and that you've learned that, hey, I shouldn't do this. Tell us your story. Tell us, like, what did you share and why, and what lesson did you have to learn from that? What consequence did you have to face?
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and we'll see you in our next video. See ya.
Bye.